Hey gang, JC here, and this is the Daily Dose for Friday, June 24th, 2011, a combined venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Brentwood. Great archives, top of the page, eye candy, and our rock and roll poll question yesterday was, with the tough economic conditions in mind, will you go away on vacation this summer? Only 39% of you said yes. A whopping 61% of you are going to have a staycation. Ugh. I'm really sorry to hear that. I know that in these tough economic times, you know, a vacation is seen as a luxury, but it's a necessity. And when you realize what we're doing to ourselves in the American workforce, particularly when you look at what's going on overseas and in some foreign countries where they're off for half the summer, we're just killing ourselves, folks. You got to take that vacation. Have to. You got to figure out some way to do it. And it's easy for me to say. I'm going to play golf here in a couple of minutes. That's why I'm dressed in my cute little golf suit. All right, today's rock and roll poll question. What do you think of this weekend's Gay Pride Parade? A, I have no problem with it. B, I have a big problem with it. C, I'm somewhere in the middle on it. Or D, I'll be in the parade. Answer right there, and we'll give you the results on Monday. Let's start with movies today. We usually sort of save that for the body of the show, but I thought we'd start with this today. Cars 2 is opening up today, and it's really interesting that in all the Pixar movies, John Ratzenberger has done one of the voices. He played Ham, the Piggy Bank, in all the Toy Story movies. He was the circus ringleader P.T. Flea in A Bug's Life, Abominable Snowman, Monsters, Inc. He was in Finding Nemo. He was in everything. So they wouldn't dare make a Pixar movie with John Ratzenberger. He's in this one too. And then also Bad Teacher is coming out today. Jason Segel, but the big stars are Cameron Diaz and Justin Timberlake. Raunchy comedy. There's a sex scene where Justin Timberlake and Cameron Diaz, who of course used to be boyfriend and girlfriend, have a dry humping scene. I do not like Cameron Diaz, but this is a funny quote. She said, "We made a conscious effort to create the least sexiest scene ever put on film." Well, we can't wait to see that, huh? A lot of people accuse Kim Kardashian of having had some sort of implant or some sort of surgery in her ass. They took an x-ray of it. If you'd like to get online, you can see an x-ray of Kim Kardashian's ass, which presumably shows that nothing has been stuck in it. Well, actually, that's a poor choice of words, but that's a whole nother story. True Blood, 4th season premiere on HBO on Sunday. Jimmy Fallon, by the way, Bob Costas tonight over on NBC. If your kid is online Googling superheroes, you might want to keep them away from the website greenlanterndc.com because of the, well, I was going to say the popularity of the Green Lantern movie, but it was it wasn't a flop, but it finished far under expectations, according to the movie studio's grand opening last weekend. Anyhow, don't go to greenlanterndc.com because it's a gay bar in our nation's capital. It's called Green Lantern. That's the website. It's downstairs from the tool shed, by the way. If you could only have one child, what gender would you want? Well, in a new survey of Americans, the answer clearly was a boy. 40% want a son, 28% a daughter, 32% don't have a preference. That's right. Not only did boys beat out girls, indifference beat out girls. The results almost identical to a similar survey back in 1941. Americans under 30, by the way, most likely to want a boy. 54% want a boy, 27% want a girl. And this might explain a few things that pop up on our text service, email, Facebook, stuff like that. In a new study, researchers found that people who regularly leave obnoxious, anonymous comments get the same rush in their brain as other people get from getting drunk. Let me tell you, that explains a lot. All right, U.S. Department of Labor just released its results, their annual study showing how we Americans use our time. And here we go. Sleep, 8 hours, 23 minutes. That's more than the recommended 8 hours. Work, 4 hours, 24 minutes. Well, why are we there for 8 hours, but we only do 4 hours of work? That's down from 25 minutes in 2007, but the surveyors think that that's got a lot to do with the fact that a lot of people went from 8 or 9 hours on the job to 0 because of the unemployment numbers. Household chores, 1 hour, 41 minutes. Eating, 1 hour and 12 minutes. Personal care, 49 minutes. That's up 3 minutes from 07. Purchasing goods and services, 43 minutes. Education, 36 minutes. You saw that coming. Caring for household members, 32 minutes, and other stuff like that. Telephone, email, And mail, only 11 minutes, and that's down 1 minute from 2007. Very surprised by that. All right, every year the website 24/7 Wall Street compiles lists of brands that they think are about ready to go out of business. Now, sometimes they're a little off. Last year they predicted the end of BP, way off on that one. They thought Kia would go away. They thought Zales and the credit rating agency Moody's, and they were off on all those. On the other hand, they accurately called the demise of T-Mobile, Blockbuster, and the rental car Dollar Thrifty, which is barely hanging on. Here are their predictions for the 10 brands that they think will go extinct next year or within the 18-month period. And it's a bunch of things they take into consideration, like a fall off in sales, steep losses, rising costs, companies getting sold, stuff like that. They believe that Sony Pictures will go out of business. It used to be Columbia TriStar. They're going to probably sell it. A&W, the root beer will survive, but the restaurants can't compete. One of my fondest memories as a kid was going to A&W root beer and just getting like one of those salty, greasy, fatty hot dogs. But boy, they tell you in that root beer, ooh, A&W's got that frosty mug taste. Saab, I actually owned one for a while. American Apparel, well, they expanded too fast, and their founder is a defendant in a bunch of sexual harassment lawsuits. Sears going out of business. Well, actually, the field merger of Sears and Kmart means that one of them's got to go, but the idea that Sears could go out of business seems downright un-American. Sony Ericsson, it'll be folded into Sony. Kellogg's Corn Pops, well, breakfasts have allegedly gotten more healthy, and Corn Pops ain't it. MySpace, who? Soap Opera Digest, well, without any soap operas, it's hard to have a digest. And Nokia, well, people can't even pronounce that company. People say Nokia, and that's wrong. It's Nokia, by the way. Lamar Odom says Khloe Kardashian has great maternal instincts, and if there's anyone with a keen eye for parenting skills, it's NBA players. Long, pointy-toed boots have become all the rage in Mexico. A close second, beheadings. And a massive sea creature has washed up on a beach in China. True to form, Arnold Schwarzenegger has already had sex with it. All right, it was on this date in 1994 that The Lion King was released. I got to tell you something. I had young daughters at the time, and I think I saw The Lion King 300 times. A couple of times in the theaters, and then when the DVD came out. It's just unbelievable. And, you know, very violent movie. You know, so many of the Disney classics are just like violent films. But, you know, it seems to work. And by the way, this weekend is the 2nd anniversary of Michael Jackson kicking the bucket. That freak show just goes on every year. By the way, we say happy birthday to Wendy Weiss, who was one of the few people who talked to me at KMOX when I was there back in whatever year it was. Wendy is a great gal, by the way. We disagree politically on almost everything, and yet we are really, really good pals. And she's a great gal, and she's having a big one. This is not just a birthday. This is a big one. This has got a 0 in it. Happy birthday to Wendy Weiss. I shouldn't have said that, should I? Sorry. And also my pal Benton Jones is having a birthday, and she's still a punk. She's still a kid. She's a child. Happy birthday, Benton. The Idol auditions Tuesday in St. Louis. That's going to be a freak show. We'll be all over that. And also, it's the 4th of July weekend, next weekend. And by the way, they said that like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and we're going to have heat indices of like 105. It's going to get very, very hot towards the tail end of next week, first part of the 4th of July weekend. But then I hear it's supposed to back off a little bit with temperatures, you know, 89, 90 degrees, which, you know, usually 4th of July is just Armageddon with all sorts of lightning and thunder and, you know, people getting electrocuted at the arch and stuff like that. So right before the 4th of July weekend, blisteringly hot, and then maybe moderating a little bit for the actual 4th of July weekend, which would make everybody happy. And this is one of my favorite things to do. I just love doing this, to watch the expression on people's faces, and I will be doing it all day today. It's an absolute riot. 6 months from today is Christmas Eve. 6 months from tomorrow, Saturday, is Christmas Day. Sitting by the pool. It's all going away in 6 months. Oh, I love doing that to people. All right, JC's Eye Candy today. I don't do this a lot for reasons that probably should seem obvious. There's just a lot of creepy people out there. But our little baby Francesca turned 21 months yesterday, and so we decided to pack her up and ride her through the park on her new bicycle seat with her brand new helmet, and so you're going to see a picture of our little baby at 21 months. Happy birthday. Happy, not really a birthday, but you know, every month that goes by we sort of treat it special. So little baby Francesca just looking as cute as can be at 21 months. All right, that's JC's Eye Candy today. Don't forget our rock and roll poll question. What do you think of this weekend's St. Louis Gay Pride Parade? A, I have no problem with it. B, I have a big problem with it. C, I'm somewhere in the middle on it. Or D, I'm in the parade. Okay, rock and roll poll right there. And don't forget, you can also go to KTRS.com for highlights of our shows. Trish Gazelle, Trish's Trash, on with us every day on the Big 550 KTRS from noon until 3 o'clock. Our carousel of co-hosts, we have Eric Mink on Tuesday, our legal eagle Scott Sherman on Wednesday, professional comedian Joe Marlotti on Thursday, and Smash joins us every Friday on the Big 550 KTRS from noon until 3 o'clock. That's it. JC's Daily Dose for Friday, June 24th, 2011, a combined venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Brentwood. And in the meantime, we've beaten this one to death. Have a good one. See you later. Bye.